next to Lisa Strand. Lisa, take us through the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match.
And for CSU Matadors, they're going to attack from the service line. They're going to try to get UH out of system and slow down Hawaii's offense. And for UH, for the Wahine, they want to put the pedal to the metal, go all out in full force to accomplish the task at hand.
And that task is clinching the conference title and thus punching a ticket to the NCAA tournament. Hawaii serving first. The middle set goes to Lauren Anderson, and it gets sent back. And what a way to start with the Manoa Roofing Company quickly showing its presence. Hawaiian Financial FC starting lineup scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Once again, Tiffany Westerberg getting the start for the 6th straight match for Hawaii. In the middle, it's Anderson, this time off of 1 foot, and she puts it down. Anderson, a 6'1" sophomore from West Hills, California, averaging 1.27 kills per set, hitting .257. A young Matador squad. They have 4 seniors. All of them play significantly, but other than that, a whole lot of underclassmen. Overpass by Van Sickle. One of those seniors, Nicole Navarez, couldn't put it down. CSU though in transition. Again, it's Anderson in the middle. Easy pickings though on the dig for Brooke Van Sickle. Here's Westerberg on the outside. Now the advantage to the Matadors. Taylor Orshoff from off the net goes down the line and in. And we could see Robin Amo, who was situated in front of us, expressing some frustration that Tiffany Westerberg didn't take a full crack at that one.
She definitely wants Westerberg to come out swinging and firing away. CSUN's defense, they will read that like a book. They will really sniff out those dinks.
Serve goes long, though, off the palm of Lexi McLeod. And it'll be a point for Hawaii. 2 serving 2. Here is Brooke Van Sickle, one of the 3 seniors who will be celebrated tomorrow night. Of course, Hawaii wants to handle business tonight. They don't want to pile on the pressure against a very capable UC Santa Barbara team. You know they're rooting for the Matadors, watching from their hotel room.
Guaranteed.
And that's a good-looking put down by Lauren Anderson.
And what you're going to notice with the Matadors right now, they're playing with a very free spirit. They don't seem to have any tension. They're just celebrating, going out, swinging at balls. And again, we talked about this earlier, Kanoa. They have nothing to lose.
Hawaii coming in 20-6 overall, 17-1 in the Big West Conference. Matadors 7-22, 6-13, but they've won 2 of their last 3. As Williams gets blocked back. Here's Riley Wagner with her first swing. And she's able to go down the line and in. That may have even gotten a touch. Either way, it's a point for Hawaii. We're not at 3 early.
And a great coverage by Hawaii, and Brooke Van Sickle taking over the setting duties on that last play, showing she can do it all.
There's Taylor Ikenaga. They started every match at libero for Hawaii. Outside, it's Navarez. The touch played off the net by Westerberg. But the second touch was not there despite the effort of a diving Brooke Van Sickle.
And that's a great up by Westerberg. It just didn't come back into the court. That is her job, to take that tip shot.
One of the larger crowds we have seen since the reopening to the fans here in the arena. And they're making some noise here. Hawaii trailing by 1. Middle set, Amber Igidi. It's rattled around and returned. An example of that defense you just mentioned, Lisa. Here's Westerberg from the right side, blocked back. She ups it herself. And the free ball coming over the net here for the Matadors. They go right side. Touch shot by their Wagner. Savion Wagner will be played back. Here's Riley Wagner. And the dig by the setter, Madison Klungel. Navarez down the line and in. And CSUN wins a lengthy one.
And Nicole Navarez, one of the most experienced, one of the seniors on her team, is second in kills. Tall, lanky, and really has a high volleyball IQ.
Yeah, has a high IQ in general. Majors in cell and molecular biology. My old major.
Yeah.
Igidi in the middle. That one popped up. Good defense along the back line by CSUN. Navarez, 2-hand save. Van Sickle. Igidi the touch. Sliding attempt there by Wagner. They're going to blow it dead and say that it hit the Terraflex. This might be challenged. It looked like Wagner made a pretty good attempt on that save.
It really did, and here we can take another look on the replay, Kanoa. Looks like she actually got under that ball. Hard to know for sure. Maybe just the fingernails?
Well, not the largest of protests we saw from the CSUN side, and so no challenge from the interim head coach, Susie Tarusa.
Who says that in the state of California, being an interim coach is just really part of the deal. Half their staff at CSUN are interim coaches. It takes a long time to process.
run the play to the middle. Navarez and a net violation against Hawaii. So CSU up 2. Yeah, you mentioned the interim tag for Susie Tarusa. She worked under Jeff Stork for 18 years. Was promoted to the associate head coach position under Stork back in 2018. And there's Susie. Stork retired in 2020. Second winningest head coach in program history. Tarusa, the natural, I think, transitional move. And we'll see if they take that interim tag off at some point.
I'm sure she would like that, by the way.
From the back row, Navarez is dug up. Here's Wagner, tools the block. And a much-needed point for Hawaii.
And that's a perfect set by Kate Lang. Out to the pin, just giving Riley Wagner just enough room to see the hands of those blockers.
So good start here for Wagner. 2 kills on 3 swings. Averaging 2.6 kills per set this year, hitting 151. On the slide, it's dug up. The swing by Taylor Hunter. Got good wood there, but Hawaii plays it back. A little joust above the tape. And again, the scrambling efforts of CSU results in a free chance here for Hawaii. Lang tried to go over on 2, but got denied by the net.
And Wagner on the other side actually jumped and committed with Kate Lang. She read her. Kate Lang currently is in the front court, so she tried to do what we call that jump and dump and catch the opponents not ready.
Kate Lang tops in the conference in assists per set. Tries to set up Wagner. No blockers up. And she takes advantage.
And that's a sweet set by Kate Lang. Like you said, no blockers up. It's every hitter's dream.
So exchanging blows early, these two teams here in the final weekend of Big West regular season action. Amber Igidi with the serve. Right side, the swing by Wagner, tip shot. Igidi with the dig. Here's Van Sickle. Dug up by the libero, Michaela Bradford. She's a good one. Dig right there by Janelle Gong. Middle set, Sky Williams hits it long. Was there a touch? No touch. And the point goes to the Matadors, who again win a pretty lengthy one. Head coach Susie Tarusa says that's what it's going to take. We got to win those long rallies in order to give ourselves a chance.
That's exactly it. She's got such a young squad. Kanoa, there are 9 players on this team that have never played Division I volleyball.
Served by Carissa Barron. The other setter in this 2-setter system. Meanwhile, Riley Wagner has brought the hot hand to the arena tonight.
She definitely has a business-like approach tonight. She's serious and she's hitting high off hands. 4 kills so far and 5 attempts, hitting at a mere 800.
We mentioned 2.6 kills per set for the season, but move that up to 3.1 in conference play. As again, that delayed middle set, that twist play, Lexi McLeod, the senior from Bakersfield, able to blast it through the Hawaii block.
Yeah, Lexi McLeod leading her team in kills this season, but they run some interesting plays. They bring everything in, and it's a little higher in that middle.
There is McLeod on the serve. First touch, Van Sickle gets the set on the opposite side, and she goes OTT over the top of that block. Just elevated way up into the stratosphere.
Brooke Van Sickle doing what she does great. A little hang time, seeing the court, getting her first kill on the night. By the way, her parents and I believe her brother are here in the stands. I saw them earlier.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The super duper senior with the serve. Hawaii trailing by 1. Perfect pass. Right side set, Orshoff dug up by Ike Naga. That was pretty. Here's BVS from the back row. That's dug up. Tight to the net, played by the libero Bradford, and then Navarez gets a swing at it. Good dig, Wagner. Middle set, Sky Williams. With the new dude tonight, feared the bun.
She's added a few inches to her height with the updo. Sky Williams tracking that ball well, and Kate Lang just, again, wanting to establish her middles.
How good have the middles been for Hawaii here in recent weeks? Sky Williams, 50 kills, 9 errors, hitting .466 over her previous 5 matches.
Yeah, they have really, the Twin Towers have really caught on fire. I mean, the numbers are astronomical that they're producing right now.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk about it, but Amber Igidi just has been on an absolute rampage here as of late.
She's carving her own path, that is for sure.
Outside, here's Wagner. Can she stay hot? Yes, she can. Riley Wagner, a handful of kills on a half dozen attempts.
And we heard Robin Amo talk earlier in Game On about when a player is hot, keep feeding them, keep going at them. You don't have to stick with necessarily my game plan, but why fix what's broken?
See what she did the first time around against C-Sun as Ikenaga serves it out. Second service error for Hawaii to this point. They trailed by one. Rainbow Wahine took down the Matadors in 4. C-Sun able to win that second set up there in California back on October 23rd.
And Teresa, when we talked to her, that's C-Sun's coach, said, I thought we could have actually taken them a little bit further in that match.
Westerberg, that was a ripe set. They're going to say that that went out, and I think Robin Amo and company believe there was a touch, and so Robin, as she tends to do, wastes no time to go ahead and grab the very official laminated green-colored card. And so they can review the touch, and then they can also review the in-out call, but it looks like there was a touch regardless. Based on that gesture, that there was a touch. And so the point belongs to Hawaii. And you know, when you think about a lot of volleyball left in this first frame, but at that juncture, 11-11 versus down 12 serving 10, the way this first set has gone, that was kind of a biggie.
That was a biggie, and not only for that, but for Westerberg too. You know, she swung high and she thought she got hands as well. That's her first kill in this set.
Yeah, that was a pretty flush connection. Lang to Westerberg there. Here's Janelle Gong with the serve. On the back row, Navarez, dug up by Van Sickle. Lang, middle set, Igidi blocked and roofed. Solo stuff by Taylor Hunter, the 6'2" redshirt freshman from Simi Valley, California.
They've been told to stay with Amber Igidi no matter what, and she did. She stayed straight up with Amber Igidi on that play.
Lang with some options here. Goes high ball D-set to Van Sickle, but wasn't quite on the spot. She had to just soft touch it over. C-Sun didn't exactly take full advantage. However, the overpass by Ikenaga winds up a kill for Wagner. So not the prettiest of plays on either side of the net, but C-Sun comes away with the point. They're up 13-11. And if you are a Matador fan, you got to kind of like the body language on the side of C-Sun.
Yeah, C-Sun, again, finishing up their season here, no matter what the outcome, just playing loose.
Here's Wagner over the block. Ikenaga pops it straight up. Wagner chases it down. Free chance here for the Matadors. High and away, Wagner. And they're going to blow it dead. They're going to say it was a mishit on the set. And so Hawaii bailed out a little bit.
Madison Plungle on that ball, one of the freshman setters. There's 2 setters on the team. They run a 6-2.
Yeah, both of them are freshmen. They have 2 middles. They're both underclassmen. Just another example of how young this team is. And there is one of those middles, the aforementioned Taylor Hunter.
Interesting enough, Taylor Hunter, you know, she's a redshirt freshman, but it's her 3rd year in the program. With this COVID, it's amazing how you redshirt a year, then you have COVID. And you've been there 3 years, but you're playing your first year of volleyball.
Bump set to Wagner from the back row. Got a good swing at it. Plungle with the dig. Bump set goes to Savion Wagner, and she's able to pull the string just a little bit. But a good bump set there by the libero, Michaela Bradford, and at the media timeout, it's C-Sun by 3 here in the first. Welcome back. Time now for the Hawaii Honda Dealers highlight reel. 9 kills for Hawaii as a team. 5 of them belong to Riley Wagner.
Yeah, Riley Wagner doing a nice job hitting from the left front here. Set location is great, and then from the right front as well. And a couple kills out of the backcourt there from the 3-meter line.
So C-Sun out of the timeout, leading by 3. It's their largest lead of this first set, and it just got a little bit bigger as we return to live action because Amber Igidi came into the net trying to hit from the opposite pin. And it looks like Robin Amo might be looking at some options along the bench. 5-1 run here for the Matadors.
We just heard her call Anna Karai's name just to get her ready.
Ryan goes high and away. It's Van Sickle. She is dug up again. Just 1 kill so far for Brooke. But another mishandle on the set by C-Sun. So that's 2 instances where they have gift-wrapped a point to Hawaii. And really, based on the recent surge by C-Sun, they had Hawaii reeling a bit.
They really did, and that's an unfortunate call to get lift violation.
Ajiti with the serve, middle set, and that's Anderson, and we got another net violation against Hawaii in the Rainbow Wahine. I don't know if it's the tryptophan from Thanksgiving, but they seem to be a little bit sluggish and out of sync here in this first frame.
And this is where they might need that little push, a refocus, stay focused on the task at hand, take care of the first contact ball.
Crowd trying to do its part. Chanting, let's go Bows, 17 serving 13. Lang goes middle, it's Williams, 2 blockers up, she goes high hands, and she gets the much needed kill and point.
Sky Williams really has just developed into such a leader on and off the court. She leads the team out of that tunnel with the music going. She's got this smile that's whiter than a full moon, and she's really, really hungry. You know, she's a senior and looking to better the team always.
Alexi McLeod bettering the score for CSUN. 18 serving 14. Right now, the Matadors hitting up near 400. Hawaii's hitting 200. Largest lead of this first set right now. Lang, right side, here's Van Sickle. Right between the double block, but it's dug up by McLeod. And it is returned after some ad-libbing. Here's Van Sickle, the roll shot, diving pancake save attempt by Bradford comes up empty. And Van Sickle finally gets that all-elusive second kill.
And Brooke Van Sickle's like swinging away on these balls, establishing herself in a great play by her, changing things up.
Here's Navarez. And a double block is up, and it is stout Sky Williams right next to Tiffany Westerberg saying and Hawaii within 2.
And this is a great rotation for Hawaii. You have 3 big blockers in that front court, but also behind the service of Brooke Van Sickle, who currently leads the team in service aces.
Williams entering this week 9th in the conference in blocks. Of course, her teammate Amber Igidi leading the league in that department, and another miss hit. That's the 3rd time we've seen that. And Hawaii on a 3-0 burst here to get back within a digit.
And some coaches might want to call that a happy whistle. He is getting a little happy with that thing, and it's really frustrating as a setter getting that called on that often.
You got to make the adjustment. Van Sickle just misses that end line. Great decision by Bradford to go Olay on it. Very Matador-like.
Ball just long on that play.
And so Elizabeth Gannon, 5'2" junior from Sunland, California, transferred to CSUN in 2020 after a couple of years at College of the Canyons in Santa Clarita with the serve. Here's Wagner comes swooping in. Good cover by Van Sickle. Westerberg scrambles on the approach, dug up by Barron. Cross-court set goes to Orshoff, and she pumps it long. No touch, point for Hawaii. They're within 1, and boy, has this been a competitive first frame.
And you gotta like the fight. Both teams really scrambling on these broken plays.
14 first set digs for CSUN compared to 12 for Hawaii. Ikenaga with the serve. Middle set, and that's Hunter. And how about that looping over-the-top arm swing by Hunter, almost tomahawking it down. Yeah,
very unique swing on that. I think she got a little under the ball, and her athleticism shows you what she can do.
Gets it by Amber Igidi, which is never an easy thing to do, but CSUN is a pair. Served by Klungel. Right side, here's Westerberg, a solo blocker against her. Dug up by McLeod. She's been doing a great job defensively back there. There's Ikenaga on one knee with the dig. Here's Wagner. Did that hit the pin? Yes, it did. Out ball. That is the first hitting error for Riley Wagner in this first frame. CSUN goes up 3. Robin Amos signals for a timeout. Good play. Hawaii trailing by 3 out of the timeout. Here's Igidi in the middle. They got to get her working. But dug up again by McLeod, who has just been picking up anything that comes her way in this first frame. Lang, middle, here's Igidi again. Got the touch and gets the point. Amber Igidi with just her second kill of this match so far.
And you got to think that in that last timeout, Coach Robin and Mo was sharing, hey, let's get our middles back involved in this offense, whether it's off the first contact, second, or a dig. Let's run our middles.
Double-figure kills in the last 5 matches for IGD, averaging just under 3 kills per set on the season. And a bit quiet, though, in this first one. Good up there, Ikenaga. Good second touch by Gong, just to extend the point. But advantage Matadors. They go right side. Navarez had to loop it over the net. Wagner couldn't get it down. Now the swing by Savion Wagner, dug up by Ikenaga. Middle set, IGD soft touches it over. It's padded back across the net. Riley Wagner tools the block. And how about that for a scrambling play?
That play made possible exactly by the scramble and the hustle. Janelle Gong doing a phenomenal job in that backcourt, playing right back defense.
Gong, yet another one of the seniors. 3, Van Sickle, Gong, and Sky Williams will be honored tomorrow night. Forces the overpass, and that's going to be a point for Hawaii. They're going to call a backcourt violation on the attempt at the net. We are tied for the 7th time in this first frame. And how about that run by Hawaii out of the timeout when they trailed by 3? Reason to be loose. Also, the fact that this is a team in Hawaii that always seems to get the best that the opponent has to offer. Then you throw in the fact that Hawaii maybe not as sharp to start this match as we have seen in recent weeks. And it is CSUN vaulting in front again. Savion Wagner, the Rice transfer, had 7 kills against Hawaii the first time around in October.
Yeah, she's got some jumps. She's hitting high off hands.
Lying middle, here's IGD. Didn't get a full swing on it. CSUN plays it back, but IGD blocks it back as Taylor Hunter gets stuffed by Amber IGD.
And IGD celebrating her signature celebration. She turns around and celebrates with her team. Never across the net, but she immediately comes across and looks at her teammates.
1.32 blocks per set. Tops in the conference for IGD. Got a good chunk of that swing by Wagner, but it goes down for Wagner's 3rd kill.
Wagner doing a nice job seeing and hanging a little bit up there and hitting high off of Kate Lane's hands.
5 players with at least 2 kills for CSUN, 3 of them with at least 3 kills. Here's Brooke Van Sickle, touches it deep. Navarez had the corner covered. Cross-court set goes to Wagner, blasts it long. Was there a touch? And they will call a touch. It was called by Jesse Martinez across the way, and that is a point for CSUN. And Lisa, it is aloha ball for the Matadors in the first. Robin Amo calls a timeout.
I think it's a good time to call a timeout.
Tiebreaker.
That's a scary thought.
Good pass there by Gong. IGD straight down to the floor.
And that's the connection we got so spoiled watching this as the season has progressed.
Yeah, back-to-back weeks. A couple of weeks ago was the conference defensive player of the week, then the conference offensive player of the week, and then the following week she goes for a career-high 20 kills against Bakersfield. Still aloha ball for CSUN, though. Diving save, Wagner. Can Lang get there? No, she cannot. And Savion Wagner puts an end to set number 1. Wagner with her 6th kill of that first frame. Matadors strike first. Well, the Wagners were the leaders on both sides of the net offensively, but it was Savion Wagner for CSUN with 6 kills, no errors, hit .462 that saw her team take the opening frame 25-23.
She definitely caught fire there at the end of that match and became hungry for her team offensively, carrying that load.
Meanwhile, on the other side, Riley Wagner with 6 kills to match, hitting 500.
And Hawaii offensively struggling a little bit, not as effective at 209 in that first set.
I think the crowd perhaps a little surprised by how things transpired in that first frame, feeling a bit nervous as Westerberg sends it long, and CSUN scored the final point of set 1. They scored the first point of set 2.
Back to that first contact. Hawaii needs to take care of that first ball so they can get back to what's been elevating their play, setting the middles.
We saw Hawaii out of system quite a bit in that first set. Credit CSUN for serving aggressively. Here's Van Sickle, the tip shot. Diving save, Bradford sent back over on 2. Here's Westerberg, another crack at it. It was a bit of a knuckler, but it found the floor, and it's a point. We're tied at 1.
She'll take it. Just a miss hit, and those are the broken plays. But another great up by Bradford. She is everywhere.
Bradford averaging 4.1 digs per set. 451 on the season coming in. Obviously the team leader there. Also the team leader in aces. She can score from the line. 27 aces coming in.
She actually attended college, did her first 2 years at a junior college in College of Southern Idaho, and then transferred over. She runs the backcourt. Coach says, hey, do what you want. Cut people off, get in front of them, take those free balls, push them out of your way. You own this backcourt.
Confusion on the floor wiping responsibilities there. And we play on here, tied at 1. High ball bump set. And lining it up is Orshoff, dug up. Outside, here's Wagner. Oh, that was a laser beam from Riley Wagner. Net violation against CSUN. One of the harder balls we've seen from Riley in some time.
You could definitely hear it. And again, a perfect set for Riley Wagner off the net just a little bit so she sees the court and hammers that ball.
7 kills for Wagner. Navarez couldn't handle the serve, so out of system here, CSUN sends a free ball over the net. Can Hawaii take advantage? Lang middle to Sky Williams. It was a low set, but she touches it over, and the dink works. Hawaii up 3-1.
And look to Kate Lang to continue to feed Hawaii's middles.
That's the 5th attempt for Sky Williams. She's put down 2. And Sickle with the serve. Bump set outside. Orshoff, wrist away, dug up by Ikenaga. Over the net, though, and put down by Lauren Anderson.
And Anderson doing a nice job just posting up that block, not trying to take a swing at it, knowing that it was too tight.
Some of the passes, some of the digs, not quite on point. Right now, not quite calibrated for the Rainbow Wahine as that serve goes long by McLeod.
Well, interesting enough, talking with Kaleo Baxter prior to the match, she said this is the first time they've been back in the Simplify Arena since their 2 weeks ago because of basketball. So they've been practicing, doing everything in Gym 1.
Well, that's a good point. In fact, there was basketball earlier today. Ikenaga with the dig there. Lang goes middle. Igidi slam dunks it for a Hawaii point.
She made it look like there was nobody up on her, seeing that block and just turning it around the block nicely.
Hitting near 400 on the season. That's 3rd best in the league. That's another one there. 5 serving 2. Right side, Orshoff, blocked back. Good cover by Bradford, but it goes over the net, and Amber Igidi knows exactly what to do with it. 3 straight points for the Rainbow Wahine.
And behind some nice aggressive serving by Taylor Ikenaga.
Navarro's first touch there on serve receive. Gets the 70 outside. Tip shot. Drops in front of the diving Kate Lang.
And Navarro showing her athleticism, tipping that left-handed, the set past her, hitting shoulder. Betters the ball. Sees the court. It's a nice aggressive approach and just drops it in there.
And it comes from a CSUN family. Both parents attended CSUN as well. There's Lang. Goes behind the head. Middle set to Igidi, who's starting to groove a little bit. Amber Igidi with her 6th put down. That matches Riley Wagner for tops on the team, and it is 7 serving 3.
And again, moving the ball around the court nicely and around the block. And I believe that Navarro's parents actually flew out and are here watching her as well.
Another hard time with that Janelle Gong serve. Free chance here for the Bows. Outside, Wagner comes flying in. Did she get the touch? Doesn't look like there's a touch called. It goes out, and it is a point for the Matadors. Robin Amo looking towards Kaleo Baxter and company along the bench, but nobody really had a clear opinion on it, so no challenge to this point yet from Amo.
And the only one that was really fighting for it was Taylor Ikenaga.
So 4 serving 7. DK Naga with the first touch. And then Kate Lang goes up with 2 hands and powers it down on the dump shot.
You gotta love her aggressiveness on that play, man. She looks like she's gonna jump set it, but that's a beautiful jump, two-handed.
How good has she continued to be, and how much has she continued to improve here throughout conference play? She took on the starting job responsibilities at the beginning of league play and sets up Brooke Van Sickle, and it's that kind of decision-making that has distinguished Kate Lang here in the Big West.
Well, she is ranked number 29 in the NCAA right now in assists per set and number 1 in the Big West, but beautiful from that first contact pass.
9 serving 4. High ball bump set off of one leg. Wagner has to slap it over. Outside, it goes to Van Sickle. Great dig on one knee by Bradford. And another mishandle on the set, this time by Madison Klungel. And that is, frankly, an issue right now for CSUN.
And again, a little bit of a struggle. That I thought was definitely a lift, or what we would term a throw. The 4th one.
3 straight points for Hawaii. And there is that unorthodox arm swing by Taylor Hunter that once again pays dividends. And it's 5 serving 10.
And Taylor was recruited by UC Riverside, Coastal Carolina, Virginia, and decided CSUN was her place.
Good pass there by Bong. Cross-court set, though, off the mark. Intended for Van Sickle. She couldn't do anything with it. And so CSUN is gifted another point.
And that's what they're trying to do, put pressure on Hawaii from behind the service line and get them out of system.
Navarez, who has 20 service aces on the year, coming in. Perfect pass, though, that time by Wagner. Sets up Igidi, and it was mano-a-mano there atop the net, and Igidi won the battle.
And again, Igidi seeing the court so nicely, moving around, going behind Kate Lang that time.
7 kills now for Amber. Percolating here in this second set. High ball bump set from Bradford goes to Wagner, dug up by Igidi. Middle set, it's Williams. Right there is Bradford. So Wagner again on the high set, times it. It's Riley Wagner guarding the back line. Gets the set from the back row. Savion Wagner with the save. It's a joust above the net. Williams tried to take a crack at it, was blocked. That time she caught it flush. Great cover by Van Sickle to keep that sequence alive initially. And a timeout taken by the Matadors. Maybe it was the Thanksgiving meal, who knows, but Amber has turned it up a notch here in set 2. 3 kills on 13 attempts with 2 errors in the opening frame. She is 4 for 4 here in the second.
Yeah, she's definitely making her presence known.
A good touch there on that block by Hawaii on the slide by Hunter. Riley Wagner with the dig. Bump set Lang. Winding up and uncoiling. It's Brooke Van Sickle, and she unloads. And Hawaii is up 13-6.
And there you see Mom Lisa Brigado and her dad, Gary Van Sickle.
Played volleyball in the state of Hawaii. Of course, Dad Gary played at UH. Mom Lisa played at Hawaii Pacific.
Got some good volleyball genes.
That back row connection was not there. That connection from the opposite pin was the set to Lexi McLeod, and some self-inflicted wounds for Hawaii at times throughout this match.
Just not as smooth, not as crisp, not in place on defense. Sky Williams late getting outside, which affects the backcourt.
Here's Bradford, dangerous server. 2-hand pass there. Ike Naga. Williams in the middle is blocked back. So Gong. Blind back bump set to Van Sickle. Dug up by Wagner. Quick reset for her. She's stuffed. Lang next to Williams. Returning it to sender.
And Wagner trying to go off of the hands of Kate Lang. Sky Williams gets out there, but Lang's like, not this time.
And at just 5'10" listed, Kate Lang has proven to still be able to do some damage and contribute in that blocking game. On the outside, that's Orshoff, dug up by Wagner. She's starting to pile up that stat from the back row. It's Bradford with the save. And that was awkward. Somehow played out of the net by Klungel, and then just a tippy-toe, one-footed swing by Anderson, almost an excuse-me type of play, and it's a CSUN point.
And you know, those are the broken plays that start adding up, the little things. Really, it's about the communication at that point. Somebody's got to call that ball.
Here's the other freshman setter, Carissa Barron from Bakersfield, California. And I'm not sure if that would have gotten over a tennis net, let alone the volleyball net.
I don't think it would have. And in men's volleyball, we often see that because they're going for the jump serve where they peg a player. But that was for sure. Oops.
3 service errors for each team. No service aces until right there. Brooke Van Sickle delivers. Second in the league in that category coming into this match. And how about that for timing?
That's spot on. Right on cue.
She's kind of had a knack for that this season.
Yes.
It's her 34th ace of the year. Right side. And a great save by Ikenaga on what was a hammer by McLeod. Van Sickle tries to unleash again, but is dug up by Barron. From the outside, Orshoff is saved. Back row, Van Sickle roll shot. Good up there, McLeod. So back row settles to Navarez. Kind of an iffy set, perhaps, on the contact. Here's Wagner coming the other way. We got a long one here. Navarez the dig. Outside, Orshoff. Off the fingertips of the block. Saved by BBS. Middle set to Sky Williams. A little ping pong sends it back over to Northridge. Outside, and it is Orshoff putting an end to a long marathon rally, and doing so with exclamation.
That was a great rally on both sides of the court. Well execution by CSUN. Orshoff with a one-on-one opportunity and annihilates that ball.
CSUN has won the vast majority of those long rallies, I think you could say. Here's Riley Wagner. Off the block and down. Kill number 7 for Riley.
Riley really coming with some heat on those balls, hitting high, hard balls into the hands. Not trying to go for the straight down, just aiming high off of hands.
She's hitting 312 with those 7 kills. Ikenaga with the jump floater. Outside, Navarez hits the pin, and that's going to be a Hawaii point. And they're up 18-9. What have you seen? Well, we have a timeout here from CSUN. We'll take a break. I'll get your opinion on the other side. Hawaii has CSUN doubled up in the second. Well, it's senior weekend, and the super duper senior, Brooke Van Sickle, she's got 4 kills, no errors, 17 attempts, but some well-timed smashes here in the second set. So out of the timeout, Igidi doing it all by her lonesome. Solo stuff.
She's definitely turned the corner in this set too. Taking full ownership of the front court right now.
Hawaii with 5 total blocks compared to 2 for CSUN at this stage of the match. 19 serving 9. Outside set goes to Navarez. Westerberg got a finger on it, then popped it up. Bump set goes to Wagner. Dug up by Bradford. Over the net, Igidi places it down. And Hawaii continues to roll here. That's now 4 straight points. And I think what you're seeing, Lisa, I wanted to ask you, you're seeing almost the roles completely reverse from what we saw in set number 1. What would be the reason why?
Definitely energy. Hawaii serving a lot tougher, but also offensively. They hit in the low 200s in the first set, and in this game they're hitting 346.
How about that save? Wagner almost got it down. Navarez, the late move on it, joust above the tape, and they're going to call a net violation against Amber Igidi.
Once again, a broken play. Both teams scrambling, just an unfortunate that Amber Igidi got caught up in the net.
Whereas it seemed in the first set, Hawaii was having trouble in serve receive. It's Hawaii that has appeared to serve tougher in the second frame, forcing CSUN to become a little bit predictable, right? A little out of system.
A lot more predictable.
Layla Cedarland, freshman from Winchester, California. That had some smoke tailing off of it. 7th ace of the season for her. Excuse me, how about Robin Amo up 9 here in the second, signaling for a timeout.
Reaching for too many balls, they can do a better job of sealing the net. Over to you guys.
Here's Igidi in the middle. Bounces it off of the Terraflex.
Amber Igidi just continues to impress and work hard. She just celebrates like nobody that we've ever seen through the program history, I think.
9 kills now for Igidi. She has just found the groove here in set 2. No gong with the serve down the line. Navarez plays it on the first touch, gets the set on the outside. Igidi with the block back. And then in the middle, it's Hunter. It's saved there off the block by Lang. Then Wagner is blocked back. The cover by Van Sickle. Middle set, Igidi, the tip shot. Pancake save, Navarez. And we play on. Igidi, another tip shot, and this time it drops.
I mean, like Coach Robin Amo said, when somebody gets hot, keep feeding them. And right now, I think Amber Igidi is pretty hot.
And with that last exchange, Amber Igidi with her 100th dig. She had a couple before that last time out of the season. She needed 3 coming into this match. And so the rare instance of a middle blocker getting 100 digs in a season. Unable to conjure up the save, though, ironically, right there on that shot. The point goes to CSU, but just another example of the incredible all-around game that Amber Igidi has developed here in her still very young Rainbow Wahine career.
What's amazing is that she joins 5 other players on this team that have over 100 digs each. So there's 6 players now with over 100 digs on this UH team.
And the last middle blocker, by the way, to achieve 100 digs in a season, Lauren Duggins back in 2002, when she had 190.
Oh, wow. And Amber Igidi still has a few years to catch up to that number.
Navarez dug up by Lang, and then the joust at the net. Igidi couldn't get it down. Back row, and that's blasted long. No touch anywhere on the floor, so point for Hawaii, and it is Aloha ball for set 2. Hawaii trying to even things up here in this penultimate regular season match. Wagner with the serve. Middle set, Hunter. And it'll be played back. Here's Van Sickle, winds up, uncoils, and uncorks one. And Hawaii evens it up at 1 set apiece, taking it running away in set 2, 25-12. Obviously hitting for a high percentage. And then the script, almost across the board, just got flipped in that second frame. And I think the fans here at the arena felt like, all right, this is a little bit more familiar. This is the team in Hawaii that we've been seeing in recent weeks. But can they keep that momentum going as we begin set number 3? Sky Williams dug up by Bradford. Bradford already into double figures in digs. Backside, here's Westerberg against a double block. Is able to slide it past the proposed blockade and gets it down for a Hawaii point.
And Westerberg doing a nice job seeing the block hitting high off the hands in her 6th start of this season.
There's Kate Lang with the serve down the line. It's popped straight up in the air. CSU out of system. In fact, they send it over the net. Westerberg couldn't get it down. How about this for a scramble play? Bradford able to try to right the ship as they get a clean set outside to McLeod. Here's Van Sickle coming the other way. All of a sudden, CSU with a little bit of an advantage, but the set goes wide of the antenna. Now Hawaii coming back at it. Westerberg is dug up. Good dig there by Barron. Orshoff, blocked and roofed. I mean, it was just scramble like 2 teams treading water on both sides of the net that entire time.
So much great defense going on both sides of the court, and that defense is happening because they're channel blocking. They're forcing those balls away from the block.
2-0 Hawaii early in set 3. Dug up by Ikenaga over the net. And then a solo stuff. Sky Williams saying "Ole" to Lauren Anderson.
And the twin tower on the side, her buddy, her partner in crime, Sky Williams with the stuff. But I think Amber Igidi had the cheer section going.
Here's Orshoff, dug up by Ikenaga. Westerberg got a good chunk on that one. Free ball coming back over the net. Hawaii with the advantage. Lang outside. Van Sickle dug up. over the net and out by Bradford. And another kill for Van Sickle, another point for Hawaii, and they are off and running here in the third, 4-0.
And you got to give Kate Lang some serious credit, because on that last play, she had a rescue set that was absolutely beautiful, and then ended up giving Brooke Van Sickle a one-on-one isolation on the outside.
And that one misses wide on the far side. Point for CSUN. By the way, Taylor Ikenaga, 15 digs here in this match so far for the Rainbow Wahine. Timeout Northridge. Stride in the second set. And here to start the third stanza, they score the first 5 points. Kate Lang continues to serve. Out of the CSUN timeout, it's Orshoff in the delayed middle set, blocked back. So high ball bump set goes to McLeod, dug up by Ikenaga. Here's Wagner from the back row. Right there on the save is Barron. Bradford, high ball bump set, goes to Orshoff into the twine. And right now, Hawaii is either blocking, getting a touch on, or digging everything the Matadors have to offer.
And you can see the body language completely change on the Matador side of the net. They're hitting at a -167 right now.
Set to the middle, a little low for Anderson. So again, Hawaii with the advantage, but that set a little low for Sky Williams, and she pumps it out. So first point of set 3 for CSUN.
Sky Williams a little frustrated with herself. The set a little low, but she knows that she could have bettered that ball and just kept it in play.
So here's Lexi McLeod, 4th year with the program. As Sky Williams blasts it home.
And you gotta love that Kate Lang went right back to Sky Williams, gaining confidence in her middle blocker.
5 kills for Sky, hitting .231 to go along with 3 blocks. As Van Sickle goes into the net.
We don't see that very often from Brooke Van Sickle. Usually when she's back there, there's a few points scored in a row. They go on a nice little run.
And we've seen sometimes where she's gone on stretches just absolutely locked in on the serve. Here's Wagner. She's been pretty locked in for this match. That is kill number 8 for her. On 22 swings, she has been one of the primary targets for setter Kate Lang, and it's paid off.
And you gotta like that Riley Wagner has really been working hard on taking that line shot.
8 serving 2 here in the third. Right side, Orshoff dug up by Van Sickle, goes off of the scoreboard overhead and drops down on the Hawaii side of the net. That was playable because it was still on their side, but like Westerberg, who was closest to it, lost track of it.
That's a difficult ball to play. Once it hits that scoreboard up there, it's tough to read it.
Give the kill to Orshoff. Middle set to Igidi. Touch shot, diving save by a couple of Matadors who were in the area. Line goes middle, here's Igidi. No soft touch that time. She hammers it down for her 11th kill.
And Igidi just continues to turn it up a notch. She just, no matter where that ball is, she finds a way to put it down.
I mean, the entertainment value that is Amber Igidi on all fronts. Her play, it's her celebrations, her overall energy, her antics when she's on the bench. As you alluded to, after the Sky Williams kill, she was cheering like a cheerleader. All she was missing was the pom-poms. And gets the point there as we're talking about it.
And according to Coach Robin Amo, she says when they're in practice every once in a while, the only person she'll really smack talk to across the net is to Coach Robin, back at her like, watch out for this one.
10 serving 3. What would the advantage early? Middle set Navarez dug up by Gong. High and away, it's Wagner. Had to go quick reset that time, but tried to go cross court and missed it wide, so a point there for the Matadors. This is the 30th meeting between Hawaii and CSUN. The Rainbow Wahine leading all-time 27-2, and they've won the last 11 in a row. As the serve goes long for a Hawaii point, Rainbow Wahine have also won all previous 17 meetings in Honolulu.
That's That's a pretty definitive record, I must say. Pretty dominating, actually.
High ball bump set. And that's Savion Wagner with the left hand getting it down for the kill.
Talk about bettering the ball. I mean, that set was not an easy one to rescue, and she got up there and literally just kept that ball in play.
Well, it was a loud first set for Savion Wagner at 6 kills, had 0 in the second set. The first time we've called her name for a successful point for CSUN in a while. And make that now back-to-back points for CSUN, 6 serving 11. And the crowd sensing a little bit of the shift in the mood and momentum here, starting to make some noise. Off of 1 foot, it is Brooke Van Sickle. How do you like that?
I couldn't see it because Coach Robin Amo is right in front of me, but I will tell you, I heard a huge smack. She clobbered that thing.
That was all improv right there on the Hawaii side. 12 serving 6. Amber Igidi with the serve. CSUN way out of whack there. Back bump set. Williams goes to Van Sickle. High and away. McLeod off the block. The save by Igidi. Van Sickle up the ladder and down the chute.
Well, that's her 8th kill in 23 attempts, but another great dig by Amber Igidi in the backcourt, covering a lot of surface area back there.
And the denial. Van Sickle next to Williams. And there was really nowhere for Savion Wagner to go there on that set.
No, there wasn't, and I think Sky Williams, it's becoming contagious. Amber Igidi's celebrations are turning into Sky Williams celebrations, because if you watch her face on this play.
14 serving 6 here. And that one finds the floor. Again, Lauren Anderson. It wasn't well executed per se, certainly not crisply executed, but they find a way to score.
Yeah, and what you'll find CSUN does is they take their pin hitters or their outside hitters and they bring them in a little. They switch it up. It's almost like it's not a 3 and it's not really a 2, but it definitely confuses the defense.
6 kills now for Lauren Anderson. Good reaction there by Wagner on that serve that hit the tape, and then an emphatic stuff across the way as you had McLeod next to Anderson.
Yeah, that was a nice, great up by Riley Wagner on that play.
First hitting error, by the way, for Brooke Van Sickle there on that roof, and then follow it up with the service ace by Carissa Barron, her 19th of the season, and CSUN within 5. They've scored 3 straight.
CSUN's going to continue to try to serve really aggressively from that backcourt.
That was an aggressive serve there. Middle set Williams. Good cover by Bradford. Orshoff off the high hand. Saved by Wagner. Middle set Williams. Paint brushes it over. Back row set Navarez. Good guardianship of the back line there by Wagner. Here's Van Sickle. Laying the smackdown.
And that set was spectacular because the tempo of it was just a little bit quicker, which allowed Brooke Van Sickle to actually beat the middle blocker out there. There's a little bit of a seam, just enough. She sees it and she takes it.
For one leg, Anderson is denied access by Sky Williams. Sky going solo once again, and a timeout by the Matadors. Sky Williams will be celebrated as part of this senior class tomorrow night, but tonight, as Hawaii tries to seal up a conference title, she has delivered 5 kills and 5 blocks, Lisa.
Yeah, she's really having a nice night. Sky Williams celebrating, coming in as a freshman under head coach Dave Soji, and moving along as things have and progressed, and playing her final year here for Robin Amo.
Got a good chunk of that swing by McLeod, but unable to forge a return, and a point for CSUN out of the timeout. Yeah, it's incredible when you think about what Robin Amo described Sky Williams as being when she first got here. She said she couldn't serve, she couldn't set. There were just a lot of instinctive and fundamental things about the game that she just hadn't really learned. Overpass, hammered down by Navarez, and just like that, CSUN once again within a handful. But to think of where Sky Williams started in her career to what she is now, it's incredible.
And I think a lot of that credit, in a weird way, needs to go to a lot of people, but somebody in particular is Angelica Lindquist, who really worked with the middles and helped establish them, their quickness, their hand-eye coordination, oscillation, all those things that go with being a middle blocker.
It's a really good point right there. I'm sure Angelica's watching from wherever she's at.
Back home in Sweden.
Van Sickle with that last kill. Navarez took something off. How about Lang with the save? Williams sends it over. Advantage CSUN. Right side, it is Orshoff. It's rattled around and returned. Lang goes outside. Here's Wagner, blocked and roofed.
Orshoff taking a one-on-one situation with a stuffed block on the outside of Riley Wagner. One of the youngsters on the team, only a sophomore.
Layla Cedarland back in to serve for CSUN. Crowd trying to up the volume. Pass there by Van Sickle, set to Williams in the middle, though, again, just dinks it over, and then Orshoff dug up by Lang. So Ikenaga back bump set to Wagner off the block and down. Riley Wagner has 9 put-downs.
And Ikenaga coming in and back bump setting that ball. Beautiful set location over her back shoulder to Riley Wagner. Sometimes you forget that Ikenaga is a freshman.
That is pretty amazing. Navarez, oh, she got way up there. That point of contact was high above the tape. And she slams it home for the point.
Yeah, one of the seniors on the team doing a nice job on the outside there. We've seen her on the left tonight. We've seen her on the right hitting. We've also seen her out of the backcourt as well. One of the 6 rotation players on this team.
There's Igidi in the middle. Clobbers another one. 13th kill for Amber Igidi.
Yeah, I think she put her foot on the pedal to the metal, and she just continues to hold it there. And she's just so hungry all the time for the ball, whether she's in the front court or the back court.
CSUN just able to forge a return over the net. And Igidi says return that. All onlookers as far as the officials called it in. CSUN looking back towards the bench, and I think head coach Susie Tarusa might challenge the in-out call here. And in fact, she will. We'll take another look at it. Again, you had the line judge, you had Jesse Martinez, who seemed to second the line judge's call there. Well, call is confirmed. Give another kill to Amber Igidi. She now has 14 kills, hitting .393.
Amber Igidi calling out her hitters, communicating with her teammates in the front court there.
Outside, Savion Wagner. That was heavy-handed right there.
That was, and CSUN speeding up the tempo, so it actually created a one-on-one isolation. Amber Igidi not able to get out there and actually close the block on that play.
So here's Nicole Navarez. CSUN trying to hang tough here in the third. Riley Wagner off the hands of the block. Navarez bump sets it to Savion Wagner, and she's able to loop it into that deep corner. She put a lot of extra sauce on it there.
Played basketball in high school and ran track, and you just see the athleticism there and seeing the court so well.
Here's Igidi in the middle. Bradford able to read that dink shot. And the save on Hawaii's side. High ball bumps that goes to Riley Wagner. And she just continues to deliver time after time. She gets to double figures. Hawaii now with 3 players with 10 or more kills in Wagner, Van Sickle, and Igidi.
And hitting at 258 in this set.
Pass tight to the net and a one-handed set. Pretty nifty. Madison Klungel getting it to Taylor Hunter for the put down.
Maddie Klunger, whose dad played hoops at Puget Sound, and she played her high school days in Napa Valley, California.
Inside, here's Van Sickle. A little battle above the tape. It's going to be a net violation called against Hawaii. So a point for CSUN. And don't look now, Lisa, but the Matadors are within 4.
And what they're doing, again, Kanoa, is they are really serving tough and very aggressive from that back line.
Oh, but that time maybe get a little too aggressive as Bradford sends it out.
And Bradford is their service ace leader. Coaching staff says, we give her the run. You do what you want out there. Just go for it. We never give her a signal.
22 serving 17. Go back row, Navarez gets it past the diving attempt of Amber Igidi. They're trading blows here in the latter stage of set 3.
Navarez with her 8th kill on the evening, coming out of the back court, seeing the court very well. Igidi touched that ball, though. You got to give her credit. She's done some amazing things in the back court for a middle block, and I think most of that stems from her playing beach volleyball.
Barron with the serve, Barron with the ace. Is 19 serving 22. And Robin Amo is going to signal for a timeout. How about this CSUN team? Absolutely no quit whatsoever when it seems to put in the work each and every timeout. Whether it's laying out across the Terraflex and serve, receive, whatever you may be describing. But 17 digs to lead everybody out on the floor here so far in this match.
Yeah, and again, it is kind of amazing what she has done as only a freshman out of Moanalua High School.
Hawaii led by as many as 8 in this third frame, and out of the timeout, Barron sends it out. And it is back to a 4-point differential.
And that could possibly be that freshman thing, you know, after a timeout, but you gotta love that she was really going for it out of a timeout.
So 23 serving 19. Middle set, and that's Anderson dug up by Ike Naga. Here's Wagner, no blockers up from the back row. Barron with the save. Bump set goes to Orshoff off the block. Right there is BVS. Westerberg. Oh, you could see she reared back just a little more on that particular swing.
She really did, and you gotta like her composure. She's getting the sets, and she's just swinging high and hard, taking every opportunity that she has been given.
An aloha ball here in set 3 for Hawaii. And it is a service ace by Kate Lang. And Hawaii takes set 3, 25-19. They lead 2 sets to 1 and are 1 set away from a Big West title.
Exactly what makes it so fun. And you know that UC Santa Barbara was actually on the same plane ride into town as CSUN. So they're, you know, talking to each other and probably rooting for CSUN, you think?
Yeah, we were joking with Santa Barbara head coach Nicole Antine Welch, saying, are you guys going to show up to the arena draped in all red to root for CSUN here tonight? She said, I don't think we're going to go that far, but I think it's pretty clear who they're rooting for in this particular matchup as Orshoff gets the fortuitous ricochet off of the tape for the opening point here in set 4.
A little luck on that one.
Pass there by Van Sickle. She gets the set on the right side. Dug up over the net by Barron. Van Sickle with the save. They go right back to Brooke. Blocked back. Now Kate Lang finds Williams in the middle. What an up by Bradford. Navarez from the back row. Wagner with a dig. High ball bump set. Westerberg times the jump. Did she get a touch? They're going to say that yes, she did get a touch. And it is a point for the Rainbow Wahine.
And I think Westerberg, that's become her signature hit right now. She's becoming so smart hitting high off the hands. Remember, this young lady, a sophomore out of Canada, the 6th player to come out of Canada to play for UH, was a middle blocker, converted outside hitter.
Horshaw, blocked and roof. Sky Williams getting the gist of that one.
Guy doing a nice job, moving, prowling out at that net.
The skyscraper.
Definitely a skyscraper.
Oh, that was a smash by Lexi McLeod. I mentioned 4th year with the program. Is already one of the strong contributors as a true freshman in 2018. After a 4-year varsity career at Centennial High School in Bakersfield. Dad Rick, by the way, was an offensive lineman in the NFL for the Rams and the Seahawks, and Mom Sheila was a sprinter at Bakersfield.
Yeah, some pretty athletic genes, you must say.
McLeod would have needed a little bit more of those sprinting genes to get to that ball off of the block by Westerberg. This was a pretty hard pounding that Westerberg put on that set, and that gives her 6 kills. That means that she has hit 6 or more kills in her last now 4 matches. Hawaii on the attack with the advantage. Tip shot Wagner, great diving save Navarez. Orshoff blocked back, good cover there by McLeod. And then it is slapped over. Chance here for Hawaii. Igidi got the touch.
And Igidi working really hard out there, getting off the net quickly, and Kate Lang taking full advantage, seeing Amber Igidi up and ready to annihilate that ball.
15 kills for Amber. 4 serving 2. Middle set, and that is Anderson dug up by Lang. Bump set goes to Wagner. Blocked and roofed. That is Orshoff returning the favor.
Orshoff doing a nice job posting the block out there. The sophomore from Riverside, California, just sealing the deal.
Anderson with the serve. Igidi in the middle. Set connection wasn't quite there. But Hawaii bailed out as McLeod hits it into the twine.
Kate Lang doing a nice job doing some rescue, setting those passes a little tight, but showing her athleticism, jumping and rescuing that last set.
31 attempts for Amber Igidi. It's tied for most on the team with Riley Wagner here in this match. Off of one leg, that's Orshoff. And she's been hitting the sweet spot a couple of times here as of late.
Well, that brings her back to, I believe, 0. It's her 4th kill and four airs and 24 attempts. And she is their team kill leader.
And that serve into the twine. We talk about the importance of Hawaii finishing things off this weekend, if at all possible. They are the only team in the Big West Conference right now in the top 100 in terms of RPI. They are currently 53 coming into this weekend. And so what that says basically is this is going to be a one-team conference into the NCAA tournament. It is win the league and go, or don't win the league and don't go, as Brooke Van Sickle sends it straight down to the floor.
Brooke Van Sickle, I think this is one of the best, most explosive hits we've seen from her tonight.
Double performance for Van Sickle, 11 kills, 10 digs. Savion Wagner tried to go line, missed it wide, point for Hawaii. They got a little bit of breathing room here in the early phase of set 4, 8 serving 4.
And Wagner just fighting for it with her coach, saying that was in, that was in. Really wanting her coach to pick up that green card.
Yeah, we're gonna have a challenge from Susie Tarusa former setter at UCLA, part of the 1984 National Championship squad. And if I'm doing the math correctly, that means you guys had to face off at some point, right?
I think we lined up across the net. That was years and years ago, but 84 was my last year, and that's the year UCLA took the national championship. So all things are possible with that, but taking another look at this, hitting down that line, it does look like it tagged it. And I will tell you what, Wagner was determined that that ball was in. She was going to not let her coach not call for a challenge.
Meanwhile, what has become a bit of a trend here this evening, the crowd here in the arena doing the wave while they await the review.
It'd be the same.
All right, so they give the kill to Wagner. If he lived in LA,
that's commitment.
It's an hour-and-a-half drive every day.
They're in one way.
Yeah, what was funny was Coach Tarusa was telling us, well, even if he lived in LA, it might still be an hour-and-a-half drive.
It could be the same.
All right, so they give the kill to Wagner.
Wagner jumps out in front with 10 kills for her team.
So it is 5 serving 7. Good pass there, Ikenaga. D-set, Wagner. Dug up by Navarez. She gets the set from the back row. How about IG to getting the touch and the up, and then Kate Lang getting the kill.
And every setter loves that. Not only it jumped up, but she actually gets to attack the ball, and IG set her. So that out-of-system play.
What an incredible sequence that was. IG just misses that sideline. So the out serve gives the point to CSUN. But IGD with the touch, with the up, and it just happened to turn into a little bit of nectar. Role reversal, so to speak, with her setter, Kate Lang. Hawaii up 2. It's Williams rotating back into the front row. McLeod. And she has been bringing some thunder here in this match. 6th kill for her.
Yeah, one of the 4 seniors on the team, Lexi McLeod, doing a nice job from the right side there.
And it is a 1-point differential. That pass tight to the net. Van Sickle with an absolute bomb. And how about the set by Kate Lang, who was very tight to the twine?
Yeah, she has done some phenomenal jump sets tonight. Call them rescue sets, that's my terminology. But Brooke Van Sickle just really, I don't know. I don't have an adjective for that.
She demolished that one. Hawaii by 2. Savion Wagner off the block, and now she continues her hot streak here in this match. 11 kills for Wagner.
It's like the battle of the seniors, you know. Take that, a punching match out here.
Savion Wagner hitting 321. Eight serving 9. It is Barron behind the line. Line drive serve. First contact, Ikenaga. Bump set Wagner from the back row. Dug up by Bradford, and then in the middle, it's Anderson, knocked back over. Orshoff.
Orshoff just taking a little something off of that. She had a one-on-one opportunity with Brooke Van Sickle and could have just taken a full-blown swing, but saw the court.
4-1 run here for CSUN. We are tied at 9. Alas, the service error gives it right back to Hawaii. That is the 9th service error for CSUN. They've also dealt out 3 aces. Hawaii with 5 service errors on its side and 2 aces. One of those aces belongs to this one, Brooke Van Sickle. Easy pickings on the save there for Ikenaga. Right side, Westerberg through the double block, be up by Navarez. Bump set, Orshoff off the block. Good cover by Wagner. Wagner wasn't quite back reset in the spot on the outside, so scramble play here for CSUN. Navarro's to get a swing out of it. Van Sickle with the save, and then it's Williams in the middle, blocked back. Williams a second time, the dink. Saved by McLeod, and then Williams the block against Anderson. Here's Orshoff the roll shot, Lang with the save. Ikenaga bumps it, Van Sickle from the back row, gets it down.
She's going for some serious sidelines on that play. A great rally from both sides, back and forth it goes, and Brooke Van Sickle just phenomenal play.
One of those marathon battles that goes Hawaii's way. It was going CSUN's way with regularity early on. Van Sickle with the ace. Number 2 on the night.
And again, Hawaii, this is one of their best rotations when Brooke Van Sickle is back there serving. She creates frustration.
That one tickles the tape, almost dropped for another ace. Free ball coming over here for Hawaii. Van Sickle the first touch. Lang middle, it's Williams off the block. Good touch there by Anderson. And then it's Orshoff. What an up by Ikenaga. Lang the set to Wagner. She two-hands it to the deep corner, but misses the court wide. There's a little too much traffic over there across the way. Wagner couldn't quite get the traditional run-up.
It was a great idea, but talk about phenomenal defense. Kaylee Ikenaga just popping balls up like nothing in the backcourt.
That should be 20 digs now for Kaylee Ikenaga. Westerberg gets it down, splits the uprights of that block. And that is indeed 20 digs for Ikenaga. Westerberg, meanwhile, with her 7th kill. And good reason for her to flash the smile.
One of the things that most people don't realize is when that block sets up, Taylor Ikenaga has to set up behind that block. So she's just getting so disciplined in her defense.
Amber Igidi with the save there. Back row set, Van Sickle. She is just unloading tonight.
It's just too much heat to handle. I mean, getting on top of the ball and swinging high and hard.
Swinging for the fences. 5-1 run here for the Rainbow Wahine. Ikenaga with those 20 digs, 4 off of her career high with the serve. High and away, it goes to Navarez. Two-hand save, Van Sickle. Bump set Lang. Here's Riley Wagner. Dug up by Bradford. And it's going to be another free chance here for Hawaii. Lang with options. Goes outside quickly to Wagner. Dug up by Bradford. Trickles over the net and goes down. Give Bradford the dig kill.
And she'll take it. She is working so hard over there. She's just playing some phenomenal defense on her side of the court.
She is scrappy. She's approaching 20 digs as well.
Yeah, and her College of Southern Idaho, it just came to my mind that Aneli Cubio-Tenero played there. I knew it sounded familiar, but a great junior college in Twin Falls, Idaho.
Serve goes out. Yeah, Bradford in her time there at Southern Idaho had one of the best serve reception percentages in program history. And it's Hawaii. Rainbow Wahine up 2-1. They dropped the first tonight against CSUN, 23-25. And then bounced back in a big way in the second stanza, 25-12. They took the third, 25-19. And so here's your scenario. They're 10 points away from a Big West Conference championship. There's Janelle Gong with the serve, and it's a good one. It's an ace!
Janelle Gong has just played her role to the T this season. I mean, she's done so many little things. Oh, here goes Coach Robin. She's going to wipe the floor herself.
Yeah, we're still ironing out the kinks of the floor wiper's job here. I'm not sure if there are some union negotiations that need to take place or what, but it's Robin Amo who's doing the wiping herself.
You think she has a little bit of passion or investment in the game?
She wants this game to continue is what it is. 16 serving 11. Here's Navarez, times the jump, goes down the line, misses wide, no touch, point for Hawaii. It is 17 serving 11.
And the credit there has to go to Kate Lang, because where she set up that block, she gave Navarro's line. She forced her to hit down the line, not necessarily out.
Oh, that was another sick serve there by Gong. Navarro's off the block, save Wagner. She gets the set on the outside, the tip shot, dug up by Barron. Here's Navarro's off the bump set, roll shot, diving save Wagner. Igidi bump set. Nobody there, so Lang has to two-hand it over. Advantage CSUN. Navarro's again, and another mishandle on the set. This one goes against Barron. That's the 5th time we've seen that tonight on the CSUN side of the net. A mishandle on a set. And that brings us to a CSUN timeout. 18-11. The Big West took the COVID year off. They were one of the few conferences, along with the Ivy League, several other individual teams that did not play last year. And so Hawaii is still defending its Big West title from 2019. Great dig again by Ikenaga. Van Sickle. A little high cheddar there for Bradford, but CSUN unable to return it. Wagner. Oh, great save and reaction by Van Sickle. Wagner again, dug up by Bradford. Net violation called against the Matadors. And it is 19 serving 11. Hawaii closing in.
Behind the service of Janelle Gong, but some spectacular defense on the other side. Bradford is just everywhere.
Gong with the serve. This has been a tough rotation for CSUN. Pancake save, Ikenaga keeps it alive. Wagner down the line. The diving save there, McLeod. Free ball coming for Hawaii. Ikenaga the first contact. Middle set, Igidi! Laying the smackdown.
Taylor Ikenaga just coming out for that ball, getting underneath it for the pancake dig, but Amber Igidi really.
So Amber Lumber 20 serving 11. Hawaii has scored 6 straight. Borshoff dug up by Gong. Here's Van Sickle from the back line. Outside Navarro's, and we have a mishandle again. Double contact against the CSUN setter, in this case Barron. We've seen it a half-dozen times here in this match. And it has really victimized the Matadors.
I'll tell you what, this team was 13 months off of campus. They could not go to campus due to the COVID restrictions. Young, and they've got a ways to go, and coaching staff just really wants to work with them. They need more time.
You had 9 players on the roster that didn't have any D1 experience going into this year. Some valuable experience, obviously, this season. They will say goodbye to some senior leadership. Igidi blocked back, gets her own cover. Riley Wagner blocked back, covered by Lang. Ikenaga bumps it to Riley Wagner, who keeps drifting further and further outside the antenna. And a miss hit, double contact on the set again. And Hawaii up 10 here against the Matadors.
And that time it was Madison Klungel. So both freshmen struggling a little bit with those lift violations tonight.
Against a CSUN team that announced its arrival in set 1, taking it 25-23, but it's been all Hawaii since. Wagner with the serve. It is a killer. Does it get over the net? Yes, it does, but Kate Lang says mahalo nui loa and puts it down for the Hawaii point.
You know, she's listed at 5'10", but she plays, I don't think she's quite 5'10", but she plays bigger than she stands, that's for sure.
Kate Lang with 3 kills in this match. Savion Wagner blocked, and then it's touchdown by Lang. Give her 4 kills.
Right on cue.
They will rise right on cue here at Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. The Viking clap. Aloha ball. Wagner serving for a championship. And there it is. It ends with a rainbow roof. And Hawaii takes it in 4. And after a Big West hiatus a year ago,